How's everyone today? This is Srdan KO from the Let's Chat podcast. Today we're going to have a pleasure to talk to Eric Johnson here in Limerick, who's running the Training Rooms, the TRX Centre, where you can get fit, get improved, just become a better person. So Eric is doing me a favour today, and we'll be chatting away about a few things about Eric, about his business, about a few things that pushed him into this and why he decided to do it. So Eric, thank you so much for doing it.
Thanks for coming in.
As I said to you, via messages and everything else, what I want to do is just basically a cup of coffee and a quick chat on a few things about you. You know what I mean? I would like to ask you a couple of questions today. One of them will be, the first one of course it is, who is Eric, and tell us a bit about yourself.
My name is Eric Johnson. I'm 29 years of age, coming up on big 30 soon. Impending midlife crisis. And I'm from South Hill originally, and so I run the training room in the city centre. We focus on kind of a more mind, body, spirit type training, which has kind of evolved over time. I kind of started with one idea and gradually kind of found my way to this where I am now.
That's good. Yeah, that's very good. And when it comes to it, are you basically all your life here in Limerick, or?
Born and raised. Like I said, I grew up in South Hill. I attended secondary school in CBS, literally just up the road in Sexton Street, which didn't last very long. And I dropped out after probably 2.5 years of secondary school. And I at some stage, probably at every stage of my life, I've worked in the city centre.
Okay, that's good.
At one stage or another, I've either worked on Henry Street cleaning cars, or I've worked in office buildings, working for industrial cleaners, cleaning buildings, or doing this. So I've always kind of had an affinity for the city centre. I like it. I like the buzz. I like the people. I like the activity.
That's very good. That's very good. Tell us a bit about yourself. Tell us about the background. You know what I mean? How did you grow up? Where did you grow up? I know that you were saying South Hill.
Yeah.
For the viewers that don't know South Hill, he's been named as one of the worst areas or hardest areas to grow up in Limerick.
It was. I think now they've done a lot of work up there. They cleaned the place up, and they've kind of a lot of community initiatives. They put in a new community centre up there. They've put in a new.
They've done a good job with that.
Yes, they have. Yeah, in hindsight now, it's looking like a fantastic place, or even a much better place to grow up in. But yeah, I had a happy childhood. I'm not going to lie. Early on, my dad was in the army. My mum was a housewife. I have 3 sisters. I have an older brother. And I was just kind of your happy-go-lucky child. I was always out active. I was playing soccer. I was doing whatever. But it's as I got older, as I kind of got into my teenage years, I kind of felt a bit lost. I felt like I had no identity. You know, kind of like
a lot of teenagers would have that crisis of who I am, what I'm here for, what am I doing here.
And this was before social media, so I was where I lived was my bubble. That was my world. I didn't know anything outside of that. I think my first client I was 18. You know, kind of. So I kind of just didn't know what I wanted to do in life or where I fitted in. I always felt out of place.
Yeah.
Even in my own family, I felt out of place a little bit with my siblings and stuff, and even the people I hung around with, I kind of felt like the outsider. So that kind of just led me to fucking hanging with the wrong people as I got older, 14, 15 years of age. And hanging with the wrong people, doing the wrong things, seeing the wrong things, taking the wrong things.
And tell me, we're talking about, as I said within the podcast, and when we chat away, it's not just about entrepreneurship around, running your own business. I like to talk about stuff that we say young men and even the adults go through it, and we say the experience that you had in your life, did that shape you as a person that you're right now?
100%.
What?
I don't think I would be where I am now and have the mindset I have now if it wasn't for the experiences and mistakes that I made when I was younger, in my teenage years. And they've all kind of given me the outlook on life now that I think benefits my clients and it benefits myself in a professional kind of manner. But my thing was I hated school. I actually hated school. I wasn't overly troublesome. I just never went. So you can't get in trouble if you don't go to school.
And tell me, when it comes to the school, did you find the lack of interest or what? Because I've seen a lot of people that they're even though they were dropouts or they didn't succeed within the educational system, but they actually became very successful later on in their life. So what was it in the school that you didn't like or that you didn't prefer to go to?
I don't think it was the subjects itself. I just found the amount of time that was spent in there just seemed to drag. And I was idle. If I had my mind being idle in school, and then when being idle hands to the devil play child. And I'm not going to say all the subjects were boring. I enjoyed art extensively. I can see a lot of art.
Yeah.
I've always had appreciation for tattoos and drawing, and that was my strongest subject, believe it or not. And I enjoyed history, but everything else, terrible, absolutely. Falling asleep in geography, from kicking the handles off the door on the Irish class so we don't have to go in, things like that. I did everything in my power to just not be there, either physically or mentally.
So, skipping the school and actually, as you say that you were trying to get rid of it or get away from it.
Yeah.
How did you subsidize that? What did you do?
By, again, not going to school, hanging out with some local guys in my area that probably enjoy drinking cans of Budweiser at 10 o'clock in the morning instead of going to school. And I bought into that. Kind of, that's the mentality you should have, that's the lifestyle you should have, as in, fuck the system in itself. So that's how I split my time. I split my time from bunking out school and hanging out with these guys to not going to school completely. I think it was just before my junior cert that I just decided, I'm not going to go back to school ever again.
And the reaction of the family, especially I would say from your father's side or even your mom's side, him being in an army and everything, how did they take that?
It's funny, my mum and dad are so easygoing.
Okay.
Easygoing to an extent, but they were kind of cut off. You got to get a fucking job to do what makes you happy. And they didn't know the extent of the stuff I was doing anyway. But their idea was right. This was kind of 15 years ago. People say, right, you've got to go get a trade, or you've got to go work part-time, or whatever. That was their kind of mindset. Don't be lying in bed all day.
Yeah.
Get up, do something, go out.
We all agree with that. At least the idea is to do something about your life or of your life, because it's a shame to waste it.
There wasn't a lot of no, don't do this, but there wasn't a lot of go do this instead either. There was kind of in the middle. Not that they didn't care what I was doing, but they kind of just I don't know, kind of just left me to my own devices as well.
And you think that way, would you say in the future when you hopefully have your own kids and stuff like that, would you do the same way or would you be a lot more stricter?
I'd be a lot more stricter, but hopefully in a more constructive way. As in right, you're not enjoying this, let's find out what you will enjoy. In a sense of, no, don't do this, you have to do that. Because I find when you pigeonhole someone into something, then it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But if you can kind of spark an interest in something, or multiple things, and then get that person firing and get them interested. Because it's not always in a classroom where someone is going to succeed, as you know.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Sometimes people from different backgrounds, whether it be poor, or drug addicts, or alcoholics, or whatever, they make the best business person, they make the best counsellor, they make the best shop owner at the corner, whatever he knows, or whatever it is, etc. You know?
The only one thing that we were talking about before the actual interview was the becoming who you are. We say that a lot of it has the surrounding, or is we're saying that person is like that because of his
his environment.
So would you agree that a lot of times people do become?
They do, unfortunately. And I think it's down to the fact that a lot of people are willing to change as well. So I think when someone becomes a part of their environment, they're set at that.
Yeah.
They have the mindset of, all right, this is who I am, this is what I do now. And then there's no area for growth.
So there's no push.
No, there's not. Okay. Whether it comes from someone else, or whether it's themselves that push themselves to do something to get them out of that rut, or get them out of the comfort zone, to grow as a person.
And if you don't mind me asking, what was the thing that pushed you out of it, or pulled you out of it? Because it's not easy to change. We all know that. It's very hard, even if you decide to do the necessary change to improve your life. How and what did you do to make it happen?
It was kind of a combination of things, and it was over a period of time as well. I'm not going to say it was like and light bulb moments where I was like, right, I'm going to go and change the world, or I'm going to do this, or it was kind of just, it was like someone kind of chipping away at me slowly. I knew it was there in the back of my head, and over time it just grew and grew and grew. Like, from 15 to probably like 18, I had, in my family, unfortunately, we had multiple suicides. We had my uncle and we had my grandmother. And then on my mum's side, we had some close relatives pass away. I knew people that I went to school with that were murdered literally on the street. I know people who I went to school with that were dying of drug overdose. And I found myself in a couple of sticky situations as well with people where I was like, and on another day, it would have ended badly, and I would have been either badly hurt or I would have been killed, things like that. And I think it was just like, I actually, one thing actually does stick out, big time. There's a particular person from my area that I know for a fact that if I was to leave Limerick now and come back in 10 years' time, he would be standing at the corner doing the exact same thing, drinking the same can of Budweiser. And I kind of mirrored myself on him. I'm like, is that who I'm going to be? Is this what I'm going to do? And is that the life I'm destined for?
Yeah.
I think it was then I was like, well, I actually have to do something now, and because this isn't fun.
No, it's not. It's not, and that's exactly what we were talking about. It's a shame to see people being stuck in one moment of their life and not moving forward, not being able to change and improve their life the way we should, they should, or we should like to see them to do it.
Yeah, I mean? But I think it's the whole thing of like what we spoke about earlier before off camera, just like how men are very kind of
closed
off. I think a lot of people are closed off as well.
Yeah.
They think, a lot of people as well don't think they deserve things.
I agree with that.
They're like, I could never be that person that goes back to college at 25, or I could never be that person that starts their own business at 35, or whatever. I'm too late, I'm too old, or I'm not smart enough, or I haven't got enough money, or whatever. I think they leave their circumstances dictate who they're going to be and where they're going to go as well.
I agree with
Because
that.
I think you can change every circumstance you can, possibly at will, if you're willing to.
No, I agree with that, because you see, one way or another, when I came to this place in Ireland, I've done my college when I was a mature student, and I opened my own business when I was 30 plus, and there are a few things that I was doing the way that others would say, oh Jesus, I'm too old for that, I don't want to do it, I don't want to change. And I know that yourself, you went through a lot of changes and stuff that, you had to do it in your life a different way to become who you are and to be here where you are right now, providing service for people in Limerick to improve, to get better, to be a better person.
I do know now, and I hope people understand is that no matter what you want to do or what you want to be, there's always a way. If you don't get enough points in your result, too bad, find another way.
Yeah.
If you're from a poor area, too bad, find another way. I think if you really want it and you can you have your heart set on it, then manifest it any way possible.
Yeah, change it.
Whether it be
change
through college grants or go back as a mature student or working 2 part-time jobs while you're attending college. If you want it bad enough, you will find a way.
No, I agree with that 100%. So tell me, why sports? Why physical education of people? Where did that come from?
I always enjoyed sports. I played soccer literally from ground up. I played with many local clubs in the area. I enjoy going to the gym. I enjoyed running, and I love talking to people. I love meeting new people. Even if it was just quick little brief exchanges, I'd always kind of take something away if I could. And it was when I kind of pulled myself out of my rut and I went back to school and stuff like that. It was like when the two kind of industries are kind of two areas kind of merged together. I was like, right, I like fitness, I like keeping fit, and I like people. Then become a personal trainer. It was like the two keys fit together in a lock. Do you know what I mean?
And when did you decide to do that?
Literally when I was 18 years of age, I remember again having no formal education. I was like, right, what do I do? So I kind of looked online, I asked around, and my first kind of protocol was CCL College. It's up on Section Street. It's literally next to my old secondary school, which is kind of weird enough as well. It's like it came full circle. And going back to how I hated school, when I started doing my course, it was like, where's this been all my life? Immediately I found a subject that I was engrossed by, that I loved, and it didn't become a chore that I was...
That you had to do it. It was more, I want to do it.
Yes, there was never, oh God, I'm fucking in this place now again, I fucking hate this shit. It was more of, I can't wait for fucking college on Monday morning.
Yeah.
We're going to learn this, or we're going to do that, or we're going to meet this person who's coming to speak to us, or whatever. It was... again, it was a subject that I loved and still continue to love. That it followed me up, checking it, gave me back a bit of life, like, and it immediately when I went to college, it was like someone set up a firework in my brain. I was like, I can do this, I can become that, I can open this, I can go work here, I can meet that person, I can train these people. I found that I had limitless potential.
Yes. Yeah, no, I agree with that. And it opens not just your eyes, it opens your whole mindset of, yeah, I can do it. Actually, I can go and do it, and I'm not stuck. I'm not the what my environment wants me to be.
No.
I can be something better. I can be something else.
And I'm not going to say when I went back to college either that I was a finished article. I was still a dickhead. I was not a nice person. I was difficult in. I don't even know how my children put up with me half the time. And so it's not like, oh, I'm from here and then I said go back to college and all of a sudden I'm a changed man and a man, or I'm not. And it takes years of continuous growth and being open to continuous growth to change as a person and just become an all-round better person.
So tell me, one of the questions, of course, it is why TRX? Where did that came from? Again, you know, the training of it and the idea of opening the training rooms. How and what happened?
Again, it was looking back now, it happened so fast. Out of college, I got my first job in a commercial gym in Beefit. He used to be on the Ballycenter Road.
Yeah, I remember that.
And going in there fresh-faced, I just kind of wanted to meet everybody and do everything and become a jack of all trades and a master of everything, which isn't always a good thing either.
No, that's
it's not. Yeah. And I remember going in there and after 2-3 weeks, and the owner still hung 2 straps, 2 TRX straps in the corner, and they sat there for months gathering dust. No one would use them. I didn't know a fucking clue what they were either until I did a bit of research, and then all of a sudden I was like, wow, what a piece of kit. This thing has been invented by the Navy SEALs to train troops overseas in confined space. I was like, why don't more people use this? Why aren't people jumping all over this?
Yeah, but to be honest, you know, and I like the way you bring it in, because like for myself, you know, training people and working with people and you know, doing a lot of strength conditioning and everything else, for myself personally, plus to everyone else that I work with, I like heavy weights, I like, you know, heavy stuff, but it's like, you know, those 2 straps can do so much.
Yeah.
But I wasn't aware of it as long, you know what I mean, for a long time. And then, you know, hearing about it, you know, slowly through social media and everything else. Plus then when you open your own place, it was like, Jesus, you know, here we go.
So looking at videos on YouTube of certain exercises, I kind of was like, right, I'm going to have to try and introduce this to the general public. So I pull a couple of people in the gym, like you said, some of the bigger lads that might be more interested in kind of slanging weights and pushing steel and stuff like that, and automatically I was like, fuck away with that thing.
Yeah,
you know, you know. I was like, no, but genuinely look, I was like, this is an unreal piece of kit. They were like, I'll pull that off the wall. I was going away on it. So again, it was like an old car that kind of fluttered for a while, and till eventually I went away and studied with the guys that teach TRX, and I was like to the owner, I was like, look, I guarantee you, if you double or triple the amount of straps, I'll be able to do a small class. So the good and bad thing about Beefit was the class setup was in the middle of the gym.
Yeah.
So it was this own separate environment. You had the guys that were deadlifting next to the guys and girls that were doing TRX with me. So it was like free advertisement. I'd have a class of 10-15 people and the rest of the gym would be kind of like,
you're looking at it.
Yeah, your mind there stood around fucking screaming and shouting, will you shut the fuck up, I'm trying to do my work.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, a bad thing. And I went on like that. For a couple of months. It levelled out until the point of Christmas week when I got fired.
Good old Christmas week, it happens to me a few times. When it comes to Christmas, I don't know why, it's like, or you become part of something, or you'll be
But this was my own doing, it was my own fault. In hindsight, no, I was, like I said, I wasn't a finished article, I was a prick, I was an asshole. I had an
But I'll tell you one thing now, it's a pleasure, one way it's a pleasure to hear that, why? Because it's very hard to actually admit that, and to say, look, I was wrong, or I was bad, or I was this, or I was that, and then come to the conclusion, no, I need to change a bit.
There's so many things looking back now in my life, and that sounds vague, because I know I'm not even 30 yet, but there's so many things I look back no, I was like, yeah, I was wrong then, I was wrong that, that's my fault, that was my doing. This happened because I did that, so you have to, what's the word, self-kind of evaluate yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
But I had an argument with the owner of the studio, or of the Beefit, about a chair, about the stool that was behind the reception, because it was uncomfortable. No, it was an uncomfortable chair, but the argument we had didn't have to escalate in the way it did. And yeah, just kind of, it was kind of well, you know where the door is type thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, fuck you then.
Yeah, if you're not happy, fuck
yes,
off.
and I was like, right, well, fuck, I will. And then just got through Christmas, and then in January I was like, right, what the fuck do I do? I'm like, shit. So I looked at a couple of options. I was like, right, I'm going to go to Australia or do this and that and the other. And I was never going to go. I thought about the idea of going to Australia, but I was never going to do it. And it's too far away, number one. I'm a home birth, and they've big ass spiders over there, so that wouldn't be my cup of tea.
Are you afraid of them?
Yeah, not really fond of them, to be honest. Yeah, saying that on camera as well.
That's good to know. We have it there now.
So I was like, look, see, can I manifest myself? I love that word as well, manifest.
Yeah.
See, can I get myself out of this? So I had 4 TRX straps, and I brought them down to the People's Park. There's a bandstand right down where kind of main big area is. And I just hung straps from there, and there'd be people out running, and I'd be like, come on, let me show you what I can do with this. And they think I'm trying to steal their phone. And I'm like, I'm not going to rob you. I'm like, I just want to show you what I can do with this.
Yeah, you have that kind of lovely face.
And again, I didn't have the same attitude. I was like, come on, boy, come over here and I'll show you this thing. And people were like, no, boy, you're fucking weird. I'll push me in the park. They're not mine.
Yeah,
go away. Yeah, go away. And to the point of slowly, I kind of enticed 1 or 2 people over and showed them. And I set up my first Facebook page. It was called TRX Limerick.
Yes, I remember that.
And TRX Limerick. And then where I post videos and tell people that I was going to be in the park at such a time, on such a day, that it was free, come down, train me. So eventually I did build up a small bit of a client base out of nothing, really, just out of the power of social media and using the park for free. I do remember one situation though where the park ranger or the guy came up to me and I was like, oh, he's going to fuck me under this now, he's going to tell me chuck off.
Yeah.
But he actually didn't, it was actually the flip. He was telling me that he was Limerick's first ever personal trainer in the 60s, and he was like, look, do what you want here. He was like, as long as there's no music about it.
This is one of the things now when we're touching on it, and I'm glad we are about Limerick. Limerick itself is and has such a huge sports base of businesses.
Yeah.
Okay. A huge base. Okay, I know that. Look, it's raining outside there now.
Yeah.
Rain is pouring down, nobody would be too happy to train outside, but even during the summertime, you have no one doing any specific exercises or any type of good training in, we say, People's Park, in the park there beside the Arts College.
Yeah.
It's very hard to see anyone doing anything, you know what I mean? Even, okay, great, even if you have to charge, spot on.
Yeah.
But it's very hard. There's not that kind of culture as you would have maybe somewhere else, and it's a shame.
It is because we do have the facilities, and if just more people went out and used them, I think as well that we have the mentality of, oh, it's too cold or too wet, or I'm going to get dirty. I'm like, yeah, but you're going to fucking feel great after it. It's going to be great for you.
Yeah, but you need to build on that, because people
100%.
are just sometimes they're too, as we say, and I do call it today, like snowflakes.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like, oh my God, I don't want to do this because I'm going to get cold, or if I go out, I'm going to, as you say, get dirty, or
you
don't see the actual benefit of it, actually going out, burning those 200 calories, 300 calories.
Getting the rush of endorphins,
exactly.
meeting new people.
You know what I mean?
And I think one of the reasons why I like, one of the hundreds of reasons I like TRX is when I used it, I felt like a child. That whole jumping around, like, I almost felt I was at a jungle gym. Kind of I'm like, this is, I could literally make a living out of this. And the more I kind of looked at it, I was like, there's no one doing it. So when people say that when you open a business that you need a unique selling point, I was like, the TRX is my unique selling point. If I can just get people on board and see the benefits of it, bodyweight training, because it's effectively bodyweight training. Like, that's not what it is. It's calisthenics.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, I got to get more people involved in this. So again, it happened so fast. I think I was only in the park probably 2 months to the point of I don't have enough. Not that I don't have enough space, I didn't have enough equipment. You know, kind of a. So I rented a studio under Jewel Mountains up on Mallow Street.
Yes.
And it was probably the size of the little square we're in right now. And looking back now, it was a death trap. How? And again, I did all this with no idea of how to run a business. I had no idea about insurance, or rights for music, or setting up.
Okay, and I'll stop you there for a sec. Do you think, okay, personally now, that not only Limerick, but Ireland itself, that there is a lack of an actual education,
100%.
business education,
Yeah.
and especially when it comes to the college, to come to schools where
Yeah.
kids are not explained, okay, if you're going to become an entrepreneur or somebody who's going to run their
Yeah.
own business, you need insurance, you need this, you need to register here, you need to do. There's not enough.
I'm happy you asked that question, because that was one of the thoughts I had before we did this podcast. I was like, there's no governing body there that actually provides services for people that want to start their own businesses. Now I know you have like small business loans from your bank, but they're only all facts and numbers and figures. You know, like a board of people that will give you good, clean advice, in a sense that, look, this is the protocol for doing it, these
Yes.
are the guys we can speak about that, or we offer these training courses, that like books, how to manage your books, right?
Yes.
We do a course 2 times a week, or social media, or banking, or interpersonal skills.
Look, I tried personally, I know with likes of the chambers,
Yeah.
the LEOs, etc., etc., etc. They are trying, and I can't say they're not. They are trying, but it's like a lack. Even if their own exposure is very low,
Yeah.
to explain if you're a new person, you wanna try something new.
Yeah.
Okay, even if you don't want to run your business, if you not maybe do a crash course how to run the business.
Yeah.
Come to us, and
Yeah.
we're gonna show you, we're gonna teach you.
This might
It's a shame.
rub a few people wrong, but I've had experiences with the Limerick Enterprise Board and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I feel a lot of the stuff that they're doing now is outdated.
I agree.
It doesn't apply to the real world, in a
Yes.
sense. And they might have protocols and systems in place for how an entrepreneur should run their business or act or whatever, and it's just not feasible anymore. It's, like I said, it's outdated. And I think a lot
But
of
I think it's not only the enterprise boards and that kind of, we say, governing bodies. I think the actual colleges are also outdated because,
Yeah.
to be honest, it's not. I'm not blaming that on lecturers or whatever. I blame that on the actual whole education system where it is outdated. You know what I mean? As I was just saying early on, if you want to do something as a young person who wants to open a business,
Yeah.
you're not taught.
No.
You're not shown.
Or you are taught, but by a person that has no experience of running a business.
Yes.
You're just reading a line from a textbook on
Yes.
how you should run a business.
Yes.
That's like promoting, like one of the things I like about the government structure in Canada. Their Department of Environmental is run by environmentalists.
Yes.
The Department of Health is run by a doctor.
Yes.
So on and so forth.
I agree.
It should apply. The tutor should apply to the entity at hand.
I agree.
Whether it be a fitness, beauty salon, a fucking car wash.
It doesn't matter what.
Have that experience, not running their business, running our business.
Yes, and or actually even working within the industry.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of them teaching or showcasing, and they never done a day of it.
No.
And you're like, how can you?
How can you give me advice when you've never lived it yourself?
That's it.
Do you know?
I agree. I agree.
It makes no sense.
So we're saying from the TRX, working and training in the park, being in Kilmartin's, coming to the training room.
Again, it happened so fast. I was probably only in the basement in Joy Kilmartin's for 6 months. To the point of the classes being absolutely full, and to the point of someone's going to die. I was like, someone's going to get hurt in here. I was just like,
Yeah,
so.
not good.
There was a guy I came across very early in my career, and he's still about. You can get him on Spotify. His name's Eric Thomas.
Yes.
They call him the hip hop preacher.
Yes.
And
E.T. Yeah.
E.T. Yeah. Thank God it's Monday. So he was a motivational speaker, and I chime into his YouTube channel every Monday for Thank God It's Monday, TGIM. And one of the things he said that kind of stuck with me is, you're either growing or you're dying. It's one or the other. Either grow or die. So I think the premises we're in now, I think I looked at it probably 10 times. I think the Corsi was the letting agent, and I think they were sick of fucking looking at me. I'm like, oh, just give me the keys so I can look at it one more time. There was always that hesitation to make the jump.
Yes.
And when really looking back, I'd gone from the park to the basement in such a short period of time that this was the next kind of evolution. And I did, and I remember taking the keys and the lease for this in February, again with very little business knowledge of how to actually run a successful business. I completely, for the first year, probably even 2 years, I winged it. I was like, right, I just got to get people in, train them, not break them or hurt them.
Yes.
Because that's the biggest thing as well. It's care. It's, you should send your client out in the same shape you got them,
Yes.
just a little bit
Better.
lighter, a little bit happier. And that was my core goal for months and months and months. Which was a good thing and a bad thing because I neglected the other side of the businesses. And like sorting out insurance and my taxes and all that stuff. And it's all good now though, to be fair, I'm just saying on camera. But
No, it's a learning curve.
it is 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm still young. I was only 23.
Yeah.
I was a kid who was very fortunate to be in the position that we're in of again running their own business in the city centre. And we've continued for 7 years now.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, how long is it? 7 years?
It'll be 7 years in February coming.
That is, when you think of it, I remember for the viewers to know, like I remember the day you opened the door and
Yeah.
you know what I mean, when you walked in, the way this looked
Yeah.
completely different than actually what it is now.
I've never been here a month and thinking, right, I've gone from one death trap to even a bigger death trap because it was a plain concrete floor that I had painted grey or white, as Leah Stunder will argue. And the first bit of condensation or wet up your shoes, the second you put weight on the tail, I should slip in and I was like, someone's gonna fucking die in here. I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So that led me to upgrading the facility as much as I could, and I continue to do because I think as well. People are fickle as well.
Yeah.
Even though the TRX is the core of what we do, and you have to kind of tailor to the other modalities of training as well, like heavy conditioning and whether it be strength training, yoga, Pilates, things like that, and just keep people kind of interested and involved. I should say.
I think I agree with that because you know yourself, if you're not involving, you're going back.
Yeah.
That's it. It's simple as that. So.
And there's been times over the last 7 years, even recently now, I'm just like, oh, I've had enough. Because running a business is hard. It's hard physically, it's hard mentally, emotionally, financially. It is tough. And again, Eric Thomas, you're either growing or you're dying. So
yes,
it's one or the other.
Like I want to ask you, of course, like why did you become a self-employed or entrepreneur, or why you running your business? I know that you answered a lot of it through the conversation we had, but I just want to kind of finalize it. Like, why becoming self-employed? Is it because you weren't, you didn't want anyone else as a boss, or you thought it was a lot better opportunity for you, or what was it?
It was definitely the experience of working in BFID under the management I was on. That was like, I was a kid when I worked in BFID, and it was ignorant of me to say, but I was like, towards the guys that were above me, I was like, I could do his job better. He's not talking to that person on the phone in a nice manner, or he treated that person like shit when he came in the door looking to sign up. I was like, I could so do that better. And then it was the point of, when I got fired, I was like, well, fuck him, I can definitely do it better now. And then it was a thing of, as well as, I wanted to kind of prove that people wrong as well. I had that fire in me.
I think that's like when I speak with people who are, who were, or who will be entrepreneurs, that's one of the things that I think that point makes it a lot for everyone. It's like, I want to prove everyone else wrong.
It's a hard thing.
I can actually do it.
It sounds like a hard thing to say, but I actually opened my business on the back of spite. I wanted to spite so many people, and it fired me up to build what I have today.
And we say, you were saying just there a second ago that it is hard, you know what I mean? So I want you to say, for the people that are listening and watching and everything else, that what is the beauty of it and what is the ugly side of it? Because like everything else, we have a good side and a bad side.
The beauty of it, again, working for yourself, choosing your own hours, and shaping the business to how you want to shape it or how you see fit to shape it, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. Sometimes you make business decisions and they're a bad business decision, or sometimes you do it and you're like, right, it paid off. Sometimes I compare it to how a guy would bet on a horse in a bookie.
Yes.
That rush of, I got that right. Sometimes I make decisions here and it pays off, and I'm like, it's the rush of it, it's the rush of being your own boss. But then you have the side of it of the emotional toll and the mental toll. Like, with the first probably 3 years of running my business, I was a complete and absolute prick to my partner at home. So the lady I'm going to marry next year, Leah, I was a complete asshole, and I don't know how she even put up with me. I think it's only for Leah that the business is where it is now.
Yes.
I think, if you can say that. Probably based on the fact that she was the person that grounded me. She was the person that kind of made me reassert myself. And even when I made some horrible decisions, both business and personally, she was always there to kind of pick me up and say, right, look, you can go again. You've made a wrong decision, or you fucked up. Now it's do right. And I don't like we're in business 7 years. If it wasn't for Leah, we would be in business 7 years.
Yeah, I know. I know Leah myself personally, Eric's partner, and she is a lovely lady, and I know that she's been there for you in many different ways to support and push.
There's a cliche saying, behind every good man is an even better woman,
yes.
And in my case, that's paramount. It's 100% true.
I think, and I do agree with that. Why? Because like I've been pushed by my partner on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Like, do better. Try this and try that, which is a great thing.
Yeah, it is, and it's not always rosy either. Because sometimes I go home and I've dealt with so many people throughout the day that I won't even utter a word to Leah. I won't even speak to her because I'm spent emotionally speaking to people.
Yeah.
Because
people who don't know how it feels working with other people and or actually working with people on a daily basis, they won't know what we're talking about because it's so hard.
At the end of the day, again, we had this conversation off camera. I can't reinvent the wheel. Training is training, fitness is fitness. Some people do it really good, some people do it really poor. But in my opinion, it's how you take care of a person that comes into your door. And at the end of the day, they're not paying you to give a shit about your problems.
Exactly.
So if I'm having problems at home, or if I'm feeling down or I'm feeling tired, they don't care.
They don't.
They want to come in and get the same service they got yesterday, and the same service that they'll get tomorrow. So that's when you have to buck up sometimes and say, right, I got to put my own feelings aside. So I didn't know how to manage myself, both emotionally and physically at the start, which kind of led to me being a dick at home. Whereas now I find myself, I've mastered it. Not kind of
yes, yeah.
And some days when I'm feeling down, I know I can act a certain way in here. And other days when I'm feeling great, I can act another way.
Yeah, of course.
But I find that the customer is always getting the same value or the same experience.
Yeah.
And I think I'm better at compartmentalizing certain things and then playing to my strengths.
Well, we see that's one of the things that is we were saying early on. It's like you're not just providing the training; you're providing a value to the customer, and you're actually working with them on their self-improvement.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just training; it's not just TRX. It's like they're coming here to experience Eric.
Yeah, the environment.
To experience the training room. To experience the environment itself.
The other people that they train with. Like I've had some members say to me that they actually see me more than their partners at home. They do, because they might work 9 to 5.
Yes.
They come to me at 5 o'clock in the evening, or whether it be 6 o'clock in the morning. They might have to go home and do something with the kids or college. They might see their partner briefly at night time, and then 24/7 they're back in here with me. So there's we're open 7 days a week. We don't close.
Yeah.
And the amount of hours that people spend with me, if you were to tally it up at the end of the month, it's actually quite a lot of time.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And people don't understand or don't get it. That sometimes people that are not your family or not as close to you or supposed to be close to you become very close to you.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like the same people that I train with, you know what I mean, or I have a pleasure to spend time with.
Yeah.
Put it like that. It's not training as a training, just.
No, it's not. I find that. I found that now that I'm not just training this person. I actually enjoy their company.
Yes.
I enjoy the person more than, in the sense that if they stopped and went to one of the gyms around the corner, I'd still enjoy them. I still like that person.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still the same experience.
I have the same thing. People were coming in and I met him and I trained with them and I trained them and everything else. And then even after a few years, they're gone. They, work life and everything else. And they turn around and said, "Oh, you." And it's so nice.
Yeah.
And you, as you say, you enjoy their company more than anything else, and I think that's a wonderful thing.
And what I find as well is if you're real with someone, I think a lot of trainers make a mistake of as well is when they put themselves on a pedestal and they're like, right, you can never be like me, but let's try. In a sense, that have this six-pack.
I think that's a bad attitude.
It's crazy. Like Limerick is such a small place as well. It's not Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Like my attitude now, as opposed to the attitude I started with, is I'm like, right, we're all doing this so we can drink a bottle of wine on a Friday night and eat a pizza and enjoy our lives. This should only enhance our lives, not consume it.
Yeah,
in the sense of measuring, like again, I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty stuff with diet and training stuff like that, but this, what you do with me or anywhere else, it should only be 1% of your life.
Yes, I agree.
And it should enhance the other 99%.
So tell me, we say to kind of wrap her up, when it comes to running the business and everything else, would you recommend to others to try it? Would you recommend to people to actually go and do, open their own business or try it, or you know what I mean? Or you would say maybe not, forget about it, or what would be your recommendations?
I honestly think that I think if you have an idea or multiple ideas, try it, because there's no outcome where you won't learn something. Whether it's a success or whether it fails, you're going to learn something. If it's a success, then brilliant, you have an idea that you can run with. But if it's not a success, then you take those points away and then you add it to the next project.
Yes.
Or maybe you take those points away from a failed business and add it to your next job. Where you might find a lot of people that own businesses that are bad business owners but fantastic managers, or fantastic team leaders, or facilitators in a sense.
I agree with that. Yeah, I've seen good few of those that they tried it, they run it, and they failed.
Yeah.
But then they took those points and became a really good, as you say, manager or whatever.
Put them in another environment and they thrive like wildfire. They just want like the day-to-day nitty-gritty stuff of running a business. Because sometimes it like running a business is great, but it can be a bit boring as well sometimes.
It can be, yeah, of course.
Like it's very lonesome. It can be very lonely, and a lonely industry being an entrepreneur, especially if you're in the service-based industry. You might only see people 4 or 5 times a day.
Yes.
Whereas working in a team environment, you might be with your colleagues all day, and team meetings, and like my Christmas party is me.
Yeah.
Do you know that kind of way?
You, your missus, and
Jamie. That's it. Yeah, the dogs.
Yeah.
But I think if you have, any idea, run with it. Whether it goes on smoke or it turns out to be a success.
Yeah, I agree.
I think everybody should experience it at least once, because I think it's that one idea that works that might end up changing the whole fucking game.
Yeah.
Whether it be in the fitness industry, the health industry, the beauty industry, mechanic, whatever it is, that one idea could be the next Amazon to compare to something big. Or,
when you think of it, I saw a meme about him, the GIF saying like, 1999, I was selling the books. In 2009, I'm not trying to swear too much, but it's like, fuck off, I can sell whatever I want. You know what I mean? So it's a great thing to. It shows you what can be done with time and dedication and a good vision.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So tell me, you achieved all this until now.
Yeah.
What would be your thoughts and ideas or goals to achieve in a near future?
I'm not going to lie, I don't know. I'm in a position of being in business 7 years, but these last 12 months I've kind of found myself in a transitional period of what do I do next? And I think it's up to me now to decide whether I go or die again. I have a few ideas on how to improve the facility we're in here now, even though we did look at moving in the summer, but just due to circumstances out of my control, the bigger facility didn't come, or the roof fell in on the premises. So that was one of the major issues of not moving.
Yeah.
Do you know what
I kind of know that.
It was kind of screwed from the get-go. But I think if I can implement a few ideas I have here, then I think that we'll be okay for another couple of years.
Okay.
And I think the whole, what I'm seeing now in the industry is, again, I can't reinvent the wheel, but I think if you can kind of build a bit more of a community environment into what you're doing, I think you're going to be after a success right away. Because I think if we can get people involved and get them speaking, and get them mingling, and get them even mingling outside of here,
of course,
and make them feel a part of something.
Yeah.
I think your business will be.
But that's important to every, basically, in my opinion, to every business.
Yeah.
That, you should make that, we say, environment around your business, around your brand, around,
100%.
So people are actually proud to say, I'm part of training room, or I train with Eric,
exactly,
or etc. etc. I mean, so I do agree with that, 100%. So tell me, anything else you would like to share with us before we wrap it up?
I don't know. I don't know. Did you have any kind of questions after cuff that you kind of?
No, I think we covered the most important stuff. Like why, where, and how. You know what I mean? And that's the most important part. You know what I mean? I would just like to say that I would like you to share there and say where people they can find about the training rooms, how and what, and whom to get in contact, and you know what I mean. So we can, and I'll be adding on to the end of the video. I'm gonna be adding on your website and your information. So
we're
basically just
we're located on Thomas Street and in the city centre, which is directly behind the new Starbucks or Uber or whatever way you want to fucking find it.
Yeah.
And we post our class list every morning at 9 AM on our social media, and then you can either comment on the class post or you can text the phone number that goes with it to book your class. Unfortunately, you don't need to book your class, but it's just so we know general numbers. We're open 7 days a week. We don't close, unfortunately, which is a good and a bad thing. And Sundays here are actually pretty good fun. I actually look forward to the weekend classes a lot, because I find people are in a kind of a looser mood, happier, and you can have a bit more crack with them, stuff like that. So our Facebook page is the Training Room, and I don't even know what the Instagram handle is. I need to check it. I'm not great with social media, to be honest.
Who's doing the social media for you?
Me. I am. And you will find as well, if you are starting a business, you'll find yourself the accountant, the cleaner, the social media manager, the therapist, whatever, you are going to be all of them.
Everything.
Yes, which is a good thing and a bad
thing.
thing.
It all goes with it,
yeah. So our Instagram handle is TTR Limerick. I should remember that. That's easy enough to remember. And where we do post daily. But you can either get me through the Instagram page, TTR Limerick, or you can get me through the Facebook page, which is the Training Room. And
tell me, when it comes to the classes, they're running every day. Usually it's 2 classes. Is it 2 classes a day, or how it is?
At the moment we're on 5 classes a day. So we have 6:15 AM in the morning, which is our first class. And next up then is our 1:15 lunchtime class, which is only half an hour for all you lunchtime people in the city centre that might want to come in and try it. And then in the evening time we have 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock. That's set. That timetable doesn't change. That timetable runs Monday to Friday. At the weekend we have 9 and 10, and Saturday and Sunday we just have at 10 o'clock. Membership is €40 for the month. That gives you 30 days unlimited classes from the day you signed up. So if you come in today, you will get 30 days effectively from today, or you can do a drop in for a £5. And I do recommend just dropping in, try my class, and see if you like the style of training, see if you like the environment before you commit to anything, because there's nothing worse than kind of people signing up and then feeling they're not getting their money's worth, or feeling that I can't go back there, so it's too hard or whatever. So do a pay-as-you-go class, see what you think of it, see if you like it, and then you can kind of look at the monthly option.
That's great. Look, Eric, I appreciate your time today.
No problem.
It was an absolute pleasure to sit down with you. I hope we're gonna do this again.
Definitely, down the line.
Cover some other topics on it. The first one was more about intro, about the training room, about yourself, and I would like people to know what's going on in Limerick.
Of course.
Whom they can go and train with and spend time with. You know what I mean? And of course, enjoy it.
Yeah. And if you don't like us, there's 2 fantastic facilities literally on our doorstep as well. You have base camp across the road, and you have functional fitness around the corner. And we're a little bit of a hub now, and we're so close to each other, it sounds like a bit of a trifecta. So check us all out. There's enough people in Limerick to go around. And even check out what you do with the crab again and stuff like that. And get out, get active. There's not much than being an idle body sitting on the couch watching I'm a Celebrity or anything like that.
Same.
Get out, get training, you know.
An absolute pleasure, Eric.
Cheers, man.
It was an absolute pleasure. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and as you can see, if you want to change, if you want to improve, if you want to get better, if you want to get out from the hole you are, it can happen. You can do it. There's a person who done it, so please do. I hope you can pick up some points from the video, and if you want to get in touch, please do. I wish you all a great day from Srdan KO and Let's Chat podcast.